Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And yes, I know I'm late, as if that's like not unusual, but you know, your boy had to upload because there's the new banners that we got to talk about that are going to be coming literally tomorrow. So yeah, let's talk about it. All right, here we go. So are these banners worth it? Let's first talk about Kokomi and Ganyu after, and then after we'll go break down the 4 stars. Okay, here we go. So Kokomi, she is a hydro support slash healer. She's really great at what she does. She can heal a ton. Also has really great hydro applications on field and off field. She also can be a tank. And sure, she is well known to have no crit rate at all, so she can never crit. However, it just means that the game wants you to build more supporting kind of stats on her rather than trying to build more personal DPS. And yeah, Kokomi is very simple. Nothing much to say about her. She's just very good at what she does. She has been really popular recently with the whole Dendro reaction. And she's been such, you know, since she has probably the best off-field hydro application in the game, she's just really good. And also she can heal too. So she's just pretty much a valuable character to have. However, is she worth pulling as of right now? In my opinion, it depends on you. Like, if you wanted Kokomi since the very beginning, and obviously go for it. But, you know, if you're still unsure and then you kind of like you want Sinnoh, Nilo, and Candace, then obviously wait. It's going to be the same entire message for all these banners, especially, you know, always on the second half, because the next upcoming banners could be, you know, the characters that you want. So I would suggest to wait until the live stream officially announce what are the characters and what banners are going to be coming first. And then after that, you can consider if you want to pull Kokomi. But if you pull her, congratulations. She's a very great character to add in your roster, and she will make your Genshin experience very easy. Alright, so now on to Ganyu, which is best girl. Anyway, she is a cryo DPS and can also be a support too. She is a powerful AoE charge attack, very well known to have 2 different levels of charge attack. First one dealing initial cryo damage, and then the second dealing AoE cryo damage. The reason why she's so powerful, well, to be honest, Ganyu just has so much raw power. Like, her raw damage is like one of the highest in the game, and a lot of people, including myself, would describe her as a one-man army. And you know, Ganyu, if you pull her, she's going to make a difference in your account. Her skill is a taunt, very similar to Mona and Tighnari, and her ult is probably one of the most beautiful animations in the game. And it also does a lot of cryo application, and also buffs cryo damage bonus based on from her passive. And it has damage per ticking, and it actually scales pretty high as well. So overall, Ganyu is a cryo DPS, and she is extremely powerful. She's a one-man army. She's also ranged, and there's kind of like not much range DPSs in the game, surprisingly. So just keep that in mind. If you really want cryo coverage, she's got your back. And if you don't like her playstyle, then I would probably consider and wait until the next banners and see if you like those instead, and then you can just decide. Same thing with Kokomi. Just wait until the live stream officially announced the characters. And yeah, I mean, just look at her, bro. Like, come on, man. You can't tell me this is a good looking character. Anyways, now on to the 4 stars. So we got Xingqiu, Sucrose, and Dory. Let's start off with Xingqiu. He is a hydro sub DPS. He has his powerful elemental skill that slashes twice. Also generates the most amount of particles currently in the game. And his burst is called Rain Swords. It basically, every time you do normal attacks, you'll keep on applying Rain Swords, which will be hydro application, and it works both on field and off field. This is what makes Xingqiu so great, because he is quite similar to Kokomi, except he can actually crit and do more damage. And, you know, he can be slot into anywhere, just like Kokomi. They're both very similar, but it's just Xingqiu tends to be played more in offensive team comps, whereas Kokomi tends to play more defensively. And Xingqiu is really good. Arguably one of the best 4 stars in the game. I don't have much else to say about him. He's just really good. But just keep in mind, like, if you're just targeting for Xingqiu, I would still not consider, because if you don't want Ganyu and Kokomi, but you want Xingqiu, you know, just remember, Xingqiu is a 4 star, and you can always obtain him eventually. There's so many ways to obtain him, like the monthly shop reset. He comes by once in a while. They also have the Lantern Rite event, which usually they let you choose any of the 4 stars that hails from Liyue, and Xingqiu is one of them. So that's, just keep that in mind. If you're just targeting for Xingqiu, I wouldn't recommend that, and that's for any 4 star, unless like this 4 star's game breaking, but like none of them has been like that so far. So Xingqiu's very good. And if you are pulling for Xingqiu, I would only pull if you are interested in Ganyu and Kokomi. Alright, up next is Sucrose. She is a animal support, which already, by the sound of that, is very strong. Animal supports in the game just keeps getting stronger and stronger for each patch, especially Sucrose. She's very similar to Kazuha, except she buffs Elemental Mastery, and especially since recently, Dendro reaction scales really well with Elemental Mastery, and Sucrose is just another great teammate you can use for supporting your Dendro reaction. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. She's an animal character who can carry 4-piece Verdescent, which is one of the most broken sets in the game. She can also decrease elemental resistance based on what you swirl. She has CC, and again, she gives Elemental Mastery. She's very good, very top tier. Arguably, again, one of the best 4-stars in the game right now. Alright, as for Dory, I am not quite sure. Again, very similar to like how we assessed Tainari and Kale. She's new, and we don't know much about how she's going to fit currently in the character roster. However, she does have a rare role as an electro healer and an energy support, so she's going to be, I think, a very good general slot if you don't have Cookie and you do have Dory instead. And it looks like her electro application should be decent as well, so I think she'll be a decent electro sub character that you can use in your Dendro comps, or you can use her generally as your healer. Again, we don't know how much or how well she will heal, but for now, it looks like she's, I mean, again, just based on her role, she's pretty usable for general usage. So overall, for all these character banners, Ganyu and Kokomi's banner, again, I've been saying the same thing. Just hold on to your Primo Gems until you see the live stream if you're completely unsure. And then after that, decide if you want to summon on this banner. Alright, so as in for the weapon banners, so we got Almost Bow and and Everlasting Moonglow. So let's break down the 5-star weapons first. So we got Almost Bow. Yes, this is technically Ganyu's best in slot weapon, unless you consider in certain scenarios and certain builds and some other gacha 5-star weapons tend to be better. But most of the times for general usage, Almost Bow is her strongest weapon. And you may think, like, dude, I should pull it, right? It's really good. It's really good, right? Well, here's the thing. It's a standard weapon that you can always pull from the standard weapon banners. So you always have a chance in the future to obtain one of the 5-stars that includes Almost Bow inside the standard banners. In my opinion, I wouldn't summon just for Almost Bow unless you're a whale, or if you're starting out as a new player and you really want Ganyu and Almost Bow. I guess go for it, but here's the reason why, especially now that I believe this banner is probably one of the worst banners I've seen in the game's history, because Almost Bow is running up next to Everlasting Moonglow. So this banner, in my opinion, is encouraging you don't summon at all. Alright, just don't summon, okay? This weapon banner is absolute garbage, okay? Look, Everlasting Moonglow, as pretty as it looks, the freaking performance sucks. Okay, so basically it's a healing stat stick as well as a little bit of damage boost just for Kokomi though. Only Kokomi can really fully utilize the weapon's passive, whereas some other characters, yeah, sure, you can run this on Barbara, but you know, this weapon overall is made for Kokomi. And honestly, I would argue that the 3-star weapon, Thrilling Tales, is better than Kokomi's signature weapon on Kokomi, because of, you know, the amount of attack percent that you give, which makes Kokomi into a powerful support as well. So yeah, I wouldn't pull for this weapon personally. I mean, unless you really dig the weapon's aesthetic or you really want this on Kokomi for your Kokomi, again, go for it. But again, this weapon banner, in my opinion, is a complete 100% easy skip. 100% easy skip. You don't need any of these 2 weapons at all. You really don't. Ganyu has so much free-to-play options that you can use, and eventually, when you get lucky, you'll be able to pull Almost Bow. And then, yeah, you don't need Everlasting Moonglow. Alright, as in for the 4-star weapons, let's start off with the Rust. Rust is basically an attack percent stat stick that also gives you normal attack damage, which is very good for certain characters like Yoimiya or DPS Official, etc. It's just a very good stat stick for dealing normal attack damage most of the time, and it's also unconditional too. Yeah, it's really good. The more refinements you get, the better. Sacrificial Sword. It makes sense they put Xingqiu and his best in slot 4-star weapon in the same banner lineup. It is tempting, I will admit. If you don't have a single Sacrificial Sword, it really makes Xingqiu kind of hard to play, but at the same time, if you have Favonius, I think that's kind of good enough, to be honest. And then eventually you can pull, again, same thing as Rust. You have a chance of getting Sacrificial Sword eventually in the standard banner pool. Otherwise, Sacrificial Sword is not only good on Xingqiu, it's great on so many other characters that desire energy recharge. Again, not worth pulling. I wouldn't risk my chance of pulling the purple donut. Up next, we got Dragon's Bane. And Dragon's Bane is very good, especially since characters like recently, like Toma, have gotten buffs with the whole Denji reaction, can really use this weapon, or anyone that really desires elemental mastery, like Shangling. And Hu Tao can also use this with the high refinements, the stronger the weapon will be. And yeah, it's a really good weapon. It's just, again, I don't risk it for the purple donut. Up next, we got Favonius Claymore, which is good. However, it is kind of like how Claymore has been struggling with the whole weapon roster. It's just there's not too many Claymore characters that are, you know, reliant on these kind of weapon passives, so like energy recharge or elemental mastery. I guess overall we just don't have too much Claymore characters right now. I guess until once we get Claymores, Favonius Greatsword is kind of aight right now. Compared to like Favonius Sword and the bow, it's not that valuable right now, but it's still a nice weapon to have if you really need it. As for the Ghetto 4-star Purple Donut,
yeah, just don't even bother.
Alright, so that is pretty much for the web banner. Again, same thing. Especially on this banner. Skip it, please. I beg you. If you're free to play, please skip it. This is a very cursed banner. There's nothing good about it besides probably Sacrificial Sword, Rust, and Dragon's Bane. That's about it. But yeah, it's easy skip. But yeah, that's about it for all the banners. And yeah, again, same message as usual. Just skip for the weapon banner. And then for the character banners, unless you want Ganyu and Kokomi, you can consider. But I will highly recommend to wait until the official announcements for the upcoming banners, since they are all new Sumeru characters. So just hold on to your Primo Gems and just wait for now. But again, if not, you guys can do whatever you guys want with your Primo Gems. So yeah, anyways, that's all I got for this video. Make sure you guys hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel for more Genshin content. And please let me down below in the comment section, who are you guys going to be subbing for? Are you going to be pulling or are you going to be skipping? Yeah, anyways, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.